What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions. In today's reaction video, we're checking out a band for the very first time, man. And while I'm not familiar with this band, I am somewhat familiar with their vocalist, Melissa Bonney, because I first saw her in Fireschwanz's version of Ding, and I recently just checked out The Dark Side of the Moon, which is her new side project with members of Fireschwanz and Amaranth. But with this one, I'm finally seeing her band. And I've heard a lot about this because after the first time I ever heard her sing, so many people in the YouTube community said, I have to check out this band. And as luck would have it, they just released a brand new music video for a brand new single because they have a new album coming out very soon. Their second album, which is going to be called Chapter 2 Legacy, is going to release worldwide on October 29th, 2021 from Napalm Records. Now, I already went and scoped out some of the pre-orders just to see what they had, and it's pretty standard stuff, man. They've got vinyls, t-shirts, digital media packs, stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. Might have to get another vinyl for my wall if I like this. But if anybody's interested in that stuff, just so you know, I always have links down in the description where you can go check out this pre-order stuff and support the bands. Now, sound-wise on this, not 100% sure what we're going to get. I think I know. I think it's going to be like symphonic power metal from what I've seen other people say. But with her voice, I don't know if I'm going to get clean vocals, harsh vocals, a mixture of the two. Who knows, man? But let's get into it. As always, I will link this original video in the description below. And today, for the very first time, I'm going to be checking out Ad Infinitum. And for the first time, hearing their brand new song, Unstoppable. Let's go. Oh, I like that change. Okay, I assume that's going to be the chorus. So let's just, first initial thoughts. What I really dig about this, I love her voice. She has a absolutely fantastic voice, but the music behind it, even though like it's got this symphonic elements and stuff like that, it's a little like metalcore-y rather than straight like power metal. This is cool. And I liked the change that they did, like going in before that pre-chorus where they kind of switched it up and she switched her voice to the falsetto stuff. This is awesome. And there's going to be some gear to talk about in this one, man, because I'm sure everybody else that's watched this is probably like, hey, headless guitar. We'll talk about that. I want to hear this chorus first, though, so let's continue. I love the harsh vocals under there, too. That is such a cool change. All right. Dude, I was wondering if we were ever going to get any like lead harsh vocals or if they were going to be just buried underneath her cleans. I love the touch of the harsh vocals buried underneath her cleans. A lot though. It's really cool. This sounds fantastic, man. I really like the tone, and whoever mixed and engineered this, I'll look into it while I'm editing, but this sounds really good. So let's break into gear here, man. Let's start on the guitar, because I'm sure that's what everybody wants to know about. So I immediately recognized the body style, and I saw the logo just to make sure. It's a Strandberg, which is a handmade guitar company from Sweden. Not to be confused with Sandberg, who we'll actually talk about later. So Strandberg guitars, as far as I know, haven't really been around that long, maybe like a decade. However, the guy that owns the company, I believe his name is Ola Strandberg, he's been dabbling with this kind of stuff since like the 80s. Like he learned luthier skills and stuff like that. But all of their guitars are handmade. They're not put on like a CNC machine or anything like that. But I keep saying but. You'll notice the headless guitar. And that is a very unique thing. And actually, when you see something like that, there is a name for it. Neil Steinberger started that stuff a long time ago. So whenever you see a guitar with no headstock, it's often referred to as a Steinberger, because he started that whole kind of movement with guitars, and most of his guitars he made were like that. That looks like a 7 or an 8 string guitar though. And I think the model he's playing is called the Bowden. I think it's called the Bowden. But I don't know much about the guitar itself, so I'm going to chalk that one up to just researching, learning something new today. Let's hear some more, and then we'll break down drums and bass, because there's a cool connection there. So let's keep going. Oh, I like the drum programming mixed in with the symphonic elements. Oh, we're going to get a solo, so let's just knock out the rest of the gear and stuff, and then we'll listen to the rest of the song. So I'm excited to talk about the bass and the drums, because recently in the YouTube comments, somebody asked me, are there any really popular instrument manufacturers in Germany for drums, bass, guitar, anything like that? And both products, both instruments that we're seeing in this video are from German makers. So this is kind of cool that we get to talk about it. So the bass player is playing a Sandberg. Now, immediately I thought it was a Fender jazz bass because it's got that Fender jazz bass body design, but the headstock's a little off. And then I noticed the little dots on the headstock, which is the Sandberg logo. So they're a German company that makes guitars and basses. And I'm almost positive that's the California V that he's playing. It's got a split coil pickup and a double humbucker pickup in it. And I don't know if they have different names for those models. Again, this is something I have to look into. I'm not super familiar with the company, even though I know who they are because I've seen them in other videos and I've seen them on tour, but I don't see it much, so I'm not familiar. So again, I'm going to do a bunch of research. We're going to learn some stuff about Sandberg as well. And then their drummer is playing another German company. He's playing DR Drums, which started, I believe, about 15 years ago in Germany. I've seen those kits a few times, and I think the drummer for Eskimo Callboy also plays DR Drums. And it's a fully custom company. Again, it's not one of those companies that's big-time manufacturer, CNC machining, everything. I'm sure they probably have that as part of the process, but they're very hands-on, and the owner builds stuff as well with everybody in the shop. So it's pretty cool. And again, this is fun. I'm going to have to look up a lot for this one. We're going to learn about these companies together. I haven't noticed what kind of symbols he's using. I think I maybe saw a Mino logo, which would make sense if they're using German instruments. And then the pyro that we've got in the background could be either aerosol or gas, but just based on the flames themselves, how high they are, how billowy they are, I'm going to say they're running propane gas for all the propane shots in this video. Speaking of the video, absolutely love it because I love performance videos because I get to geek out over gear and see the band perform, and you get to see their energy and their emotion with the song. So let's hear this solo, and unless anything else comes up, let's just go, man. Dude, definitely an 8-string guitar. I have a feeling that dude can unleash way more than that.
Tonight I watch the stars. They tell me don't fall down, so I came back to life. And I thought that the torments know that I may not always eyes wide open. From hell I came back to life one more time.
This is fantastic.
Winds know back from the abyss, power awakened. The flames of hell will have to wait.
Well, let me turn it down before I get any other music ruined for myself. Napalm always does that. So 100% for sure, those were gas-based flame units. I saw in one of the slow-mos when it was coming up, you can see the blue hue around it. That's the gas. Where's my wallet? I got another album to pre-order. Let's go talk about it. Usually when I hear the term symphonic power metal, my brain kind of already goes somewhere else with what I think it's going to sound like, but that to me wasn't power metal, really, at all. That was more just like symphonic metal. And like I said, I feel like it had some almost genty metalcore elements in there that I really, really liked. Man, I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued. And they already have an entire full album that's already been out since last year. So I'm going to go listen to that already because I'm sure there's going to be more releases from this one. And this one comes out in a couple months, so I want to listen to that one before this one. But this is sick, man. I mean, Melissa's voice is great. I liked all the players in the band. And like I said during that solo, that guitar player gives off the vibes that he could just completely unleash if he wanted to. And that was just a really good feel solo. It wasn't showing off or anything. It was just super good feel. I liked it. I really liked this all the way around, man. I'm excited I got another band to check out. So, thank you to everybody who told me I should get into these guys. Thank you guys for watching. And if this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe. I release new videos all the time. Subscribing is free, and it helps my channel out a ton. If you liked this reaction, I would greatly appreciate the like, as it also helps the channel. But if you disliked it, no big deal, man. Thank you very much for your time. You are free to click dislike if you didn't like it. I'm also on a bunch of different social media. We have a Discord server that we hang out on. I stream on Twitch from time to time. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, I'll throw links in the description below. My handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so very much for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.